Hello, what's up? Avatar Fire and Ash is coming out very soon. So I thought, let's do the Avatar movies. Let's go through CinemaWins' videos on them because, yeah, Avatar, the highest grossing movie of all time, still 16 years later, which is insane. I was only 7 when it came out, and I don't remember exactly what it was like, but I was told that this movie was huge when it came out. Like it was everywhere. Like special effects were like impressive for the time. Everybody was like in awe of it. And then there was this whole meme about it being like, oh, it's the biggest movie ever, but it's so forgettable. Like, oh, the visuals are awesome, but the story is generic and stuff like that. And then Way of Water came out, and I feel like that kind of disappeared because the fact that Way of Water made another gazillion dollars suddenly made me realize, so I guess Avatar has more fans than I thought it did. And I mean, I saw it before Way of Water came out a couple times, and I was like, yeah, I like it. It's fine. This rewatch though for Fire and Ash, I actually really liked it. It's Yeah, it is true what they say. This movie is visually awesome. Like I was watching it on my TV and like not on a big screen, and it's still I'm just like, yeah, this looks incredible. Like this movie is 16 years old, and it doesn't look entirely real, but it looks gorgeous. And I mean, yeah, everybody will say it. It's literally just Pocahontas. The story is generic. I get that, but I wouldn't say that necessarily makes it bad, like just because the story is derivative, it can still be a well told story, which I do think Avatar does have a well told story. And yeah, so let's get this over with. CinemaWins ended up doing 2 parts as well, so that's gonna be fun. But you knew that. Yep.
You always have to wake up.
Ha! Blue lights make him blue, like the Navi?
Yeah,
Navi?
I get it.
I haven't watched this movie in a decade, but I'm immediately surprised by this introduction. Like, not only is he blue, but we see him wake up a bunch from his avatar just like this, and the opening line is about how sooner or later he has to wake up, but the entire point of the movie is that he eventually won't have to wake up from the dream. Cameron, you poet.
Dang. Wow.
I mean, you gotta give it to this writing team. Oh. No, it's just Cameron. Well, I just got even more impressed.
Cool.
Everything is set up for his time on Pandora. Controlling an avatar is like dreaming. He'll be blue. Resource theft killed his brother, and the avatar will allow him to walk.
So a week before Tommy's gonna ship out, the guy with a gun ends his journey for the paper in his wallet.
And what a funny but apropos reduction of money. Almost like it's weird to go to war over rocks. It's interesting they keep his disability a secret by opening in zero gravity.
Up ahead was Pandora.
I also forgot, like, Pandora literally just looks like Earth. Like, I actually completely forgot about it because I thought it was this giant gas giant, but I guess not.
Up hearing about it.
Being introduced to a brand new world through reflection. Also, saying you grew up hearing about it is a nice way to contextualize where we are with this story and this technology.
You could step into his shoes, so to speak.
Ableism in under 3 minutes. You know what? The other guy called him out with a look, so nah, you guys suck.
Sure.
Good. Very good.
That little trill was killing me for a few days because I knew I'd heard it before and I kept thinking maybe it was just Avatar, but no, I could feel a different movie, and then I went into James Horner's filmography and thought, sneakers? Close, but not quite it. Maybe it was the Pelican Brief? Not it. And then I saw it. Enemy at the Gates. It's played throughout multiple pieces. It's really a motif of the movie, and James thought I wouldn't notice.
I
and
see.
Now you've all been down this earworm journey with me. James Horner plagiarized himself. And I don't care, because it's really just a great trill.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Lose that mask, you're unconscious in 20 seconds. You're dead in 4 minutes.
Neat. Suffocation shadowing.
They can fix his spinal if you got the money, but not on vet benefits.
A lot of sci-fi movies and shows will paint an idyllic future. Star Trek goes as far as making money obsolete, but let's be honest, this is where we're headed. The tech exists to fix his back, but it'll cost you, even as a veteran. Oh, and also humanity has learned nothing and we're still doing a colonialism. First sign that perhaps the imperialists aren't super popular.
Man, that just shows us the scales. Like, oh yeah, those arrows are massive going into that thing.
Locals. And the second sign.
They're fond of arrows, dipped in a neurotoxin that'll stop your heart in 1 minute.
Which is actually funny since they look like they'd completely remove your heart from your chest based on size.
Yeah.
So dang, I wonder where these colonizers are from. Yeah, I guess we'll never know. And don't get mad
I
at me for
see.
this. I didn't put the American flag in there. For the record, I'm gonna call Jake a colonizer a few times because, like, that's what this movie is about. So
Yeah.
get off my back, imaginary people who haven't even seen this video yet.
Yeah.
My job to keep
I mean, yeah, again, people say it's like Pocahontas. It's literally because, yeah, they're trying to colonize a land that doesn't belong to them.
you alive. I will not succeed.
You know what? That's some frank honesty from the proud racist.
Sorry, I'm Norm Spellman.
Joel David Moore is an accomplished actor with a huge filmography, but all I think when I see him is,
Adios, turd nuggets.
I see.
man, even their heartbeats are thunderous. Blue Boy is thick.
Is this right? I just say whatever to the video log?
Yeah.
Even our main character is questioning the use of narration. I like it, James. Tight lampshade.
That's one of the most creative ways to get narration and exposition out of the way, I think.
Sigourney Weaver waking up on another foreign planet. Ripley cannot catch a break.
Lee, you gotta do Alien sometime. Like, come on.
Fun fact, this was my instant messenger font for far too long.
I see.
Big words.
Might seem like a dig, but I think he's actually trying to help Jake. Let's not pretend like every choice was the most subtle. But
It's
hey, you
not,
gotta play to
yeah.
the masses, so greedy businessman practices his putt in the control room. The bleeding heart scientist messes with his putt, and the racist bloodthirsty colonel has scars on his face.
Yeah.
A school, we teach them English.
What is it with colonizers always thinking their language is superior? Meanwhile, there are actual languages on Earth that communicate through humming or whistling. But yeah, the gold standard is the language of
Turd nuggets. This is why we're here. Unobtainium. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo.
I literally don't care. People mock that. It's called an obtainium, mock it, and I'm just like, I literally do not care. Like, it's a MacGuffin, okay? Like, come on, it's what they're after. I don't care what it is. Like, the whole point of the movie is exploring this culture. I don't care what they're after. Like, I just, it's one of those things where people nitpick it, and I'm just like, I don't care.
And laugh all you want, but this guy is not Steve Jobs. He's Mike Duke or Charles Koch. He doesn't need an inventive name for the resource because he's only interested in how much money it makes him. I'm not even making a judgment on him, just pointing out that this goofy resource name is realistic.
I mean, also Birdman pointed out too, apparently unobtainium is actually a real word, so there you go.
Relax and let your mind go blank. It shouldn't be hard for you.
Ah, Jarhead Clan jokes.
Sensory motor reflex test we need to run to take it easy.
I love the doctor's little oop. It's so accurate to how people in authority who don't really have any tangible power over you would be.
Man, what would that be like, having a tail? Like, I've always been curious what that would feel like.
Appropriate reaction. It was a shock the first time to see other avatars after the buildup of these two getting synced in, but it gives the story some history. I can't blame him, that's a pretty great feeling, amplified for Jake since it's probably been a while since he felt it.
Yeah. It's like, man, the way he was running too, it's like, how long has it been since he got paralyzed?
Jake is clearly not an Alien fan, otherwise he wouldn't be surprised. Also, Sigourney went to Stanford, so nice rep.
Oh, cool.
Play with that, you'll go blind.
Haha, first hint that tails are more than just tails, and by hint, I mean a sledgehammer to the neck.
You guys are packing
Yeah.
some heavy gear.
Yeah, that's because we're not the only thing flying around out there. Or the biggest.
Michelle Rodriguez always gets amazing action movie lines. Doesn't give
She
anything
does,
away, but
yeah.
tells just enough so you know things are gnarly.
I come out here, day one. Think I felt like a shaved tail Louie?
I hate you. I hate you so much. I look forward to your inevitable cringe death.
Learn these savages from the inside. I want you to gain their trust.
Again, looking forward to it. That's allowed, right? It's what I'm supposed to be feeling.
Yeah.
Get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back when you rotate home.
Haha, you won't need them. Everyone knows a huge draw of this movie was how gorgeous it was. The feeling of actually being transported to an alien planet. And I gotta be honest, it does not disappoint over a decade later.
It
The aliens
doesn't.
are familiar at times, yet unique. Even the landscape isn't so crazy you can't insert yourself there, but it's still a level of fantastical that we were all wide-eyed with Jake in the Forest, especially if you got to experience it in 3D.
Yeah, I didn't, but I wish I did. They're gonna re-release it sometimes in the future, right? I want to catch it in 3D.
Scanning.
Even as Jake is bored out of his mind, we're learning about the connection all the trees and their roots have.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This is probably super realistic. It reminds me of that viral video of that hiker just repeatedly yelling F you at that mountain lion following him. They don't speak English, but we still really want to stick it to them, and we've only figured out a handful of ways to sound intimidating.
Run! Definitely run!
Predator advice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
keep
out.
talking about the creature design because it's phenomenal. The hammerhead rhino-looking Ankh-Sik is humongous, but has those flamboyant colors on its head, and the purple leopard Theanator Palalucan is more vicious-looking than anything we have on our Earth, and we have the blobfish. By the way, Palalucan means dry mouth bringer of fear, which I don't even understand, but it's truly aces. But something about this beast taking M60 fire and then tossing it away makes me feel bad for questioning the dry mouth bringer of fear.
Yeah.
But I guess we know its stance on gun control. I destroyed those drums. Where do you get those? Yeah, do that. You might be thinking, but he's using the knife to make the stick. Just use the knife as a weapon, but you'd be revealing to me that you've never seen this movie because keeping your attackers as far away from you as possible is the goal.
Yeah,
Knife
that's
is
fair.
Much too close for, say, this guy, who sounds like a T-Rex.
Yeah, every time I hear T-Rex.
Hate her toes, but love how she's able to jump
Oh, I never noticed her toes. Oh, wow.
to her feet completely silently. I wonder how many signs like this I've missed because I've been all, get away from my arrow, tree floof, I'm trying to kill this guy. Probably a lot. Nope. I think it's their apparent moistness that really pushes them over the edge for me. Real nightmare material.
Yeah. Every time I hear that music, I think Wonder Woman's theme from Batman v Superman. Is it just me?
Yup. Aw, poor slimy pupper.
But stupid. Ignorant like a child. You're like a baby.
I love that she doesn't hold back and keeps laying into him.
Yeah.
But she has a point about the baby thing.
No, that would be me if I was there, because like you would want to touch everything, wouldn't you?
Hilarious that he swats them away twice. He's such a doofus. I love it. That sound is a lot weirder when you realize they're disconnecting their, you know, the thing that makes you go blind.
Yeah.
And also gives you hairy palms, if I remember correctly. Again, knife to the ponytail. Jake probably has no clue why they are holding him by his hair, but we sure do. Is he a human demon, or is he Blue Jesus and these guys are trying to touch the hem of his garment, huh?
Ah, okay.
She has a blood tasting spike. That's a spike just for tasting folks' blood. Not in a cannibal way, just in a so I can tell if you're sus way.
It's hard to fill a cup which is already full.
Dang, Moat dropping life lessons right out of the gate.
My cup is empty.
Solid response. More Jarhead clan jokes. I get it, Norm. You spend your whole life working towards something, and this guy shows up and becomes the chosen one because he's an empty cup. Don't worry, Norm. Johnny Lawrence got his own show, like, only a few decades later.
Find out what the blue monkeys want.
Nice, a little old school racism.
Very
Look at all
much,
that
yeah.
cheddar.
Cheddar? Oof, hard pass. This smarmy little turd nugget gets killed, right? Cheddar only refers to money in the Charleverse. Gross, but cute. Groot.
It looks all like an anteater.
Well, first I heard the T-Rex noise, and now that's definitely the Velociraptor call, which is obviously just a fun reference, but that's definitely
I hear it now. That does sound like a velociraptor, doesn't it?
Velociraptor call, which is obviously just a fun reference, but also lends itself to the whole Garden of Eden thing. The Na'vi are still living with their prehistoric creatures.
Oh, huh.
See, it's a little weird. I feel like that should be censored, but okay. This honestly seems pretty awesome and would be super helpful in the real world. Plug my tail into my car to just think to my destination? Sign me up.
The core structure like a spiral.
We're gonna need accurate scans on every column.
Roger that.
You want to love Jake, and I can actually easily understand his desire to feel useful to the core again, so I'm willing to cut him some slack for now.
Yeah, working for the bad guys for a minute.
Exactly. Ain't that a bitch?
Never changed, Michelle. Seriously, the design of this world is amazing. We haven't had much that compared to Pandora in the 13 years between this and the sequel.
Literally, yeah. Sorry, just this whole thing. Again, how does this look so good all these years later? Like, a funny thing, like, like the other guys are looking all like have the wide-eyed, mouth open, and Michelle or what's her name, Judy, she like looks at them like you should see her face. Says I feel like she's talking to me because I feel like I had the same face watching this on my TV.
Look in her eye.
Someone hasn't seen Nope, otherwise he'd already know that.
Ikran is not horse.
I don't want to get all colonization is bad here, but it's so on point that Neytiri calls the animals they ride horses because it's the word the English speakers would use. And sure, the wiki says dire horses, but a better translation for Pali might be spirit runner or motorcycle, but the humans have just pasted their own interpretation of things' purpose onto Na'vi society. So like, colonization bad.
Okay.
When you are ready.
Which is a very polite way of saying, not now, Dreamwalker. Dang. Luke Valerian could have used some goggles.
Neytiri calls me Scown. It means
Moron.
Nickname flirting? This is the first time Jake's hair is noticeably longer, which is a great way of giving us the passage of time, as well as showing his steady slip away from being just a Marine, losing his high and tight. It gets even longer as the montage continues, and we see that it's been a month since he started with Neytiri, and now that the high and tight is completely gone, he's also stopped shaving.
Really hope this tree hugger crap isn't on the final.
It doesn't always work, but overall, I do love how unsubtle this movie can be. You'll be thankful it's on the final because otherwise you'd be dead. Because the tree hugger crap's gonna save your life.
Yeah.
I enjoy the shots that look easy, but if you're really watching what she's doing, it's like a QuickTime event where you have to use the momentum and vault off while changing direction in order to keep slowing down from leaf to leaf. Jake clears up the difficulty level pretty quick.
Dang. It's like I'm watching that closely now, just like that is a lot of work.
Learn fast or die.
Is that the slogan of New Hampshire?
Sorry.
It's learn fast or die.
Is that the slogan of New Hampshire? That thing does not look like it's having a good time. Evolution is apparently kind of a jerk on Pandora. Aw, poor little colonizer's all tuckered out. But I have a little bit of sympathy since he's basically living two lives right now.
Yeah.
Training full-time in a culture that grows up learning all this stuff and trying to keep his human body going while doing daily logs. Colonizing's tough work. Yeah, we all saw it.
We all saw it.
Energy is only borrowed, and one day you have to give it back.
There's a good song by the Streets about that. Arguably good practice, whatever planet you're on. Okay, I take it back. Y'all know about intrusive thoughts, right? Yeah, I don't think it would be good for me to be connected to my car while driving next to a cliff.
You gotta go with
Yeah, fair.
Hoorah.
Well,
Hoorah.
you can take the mind out of the Marine and put it in the Avatar body, but you can't take the Marine out of the mind that's now in that Avatar body. That's right? Did I do that right?
I
There's
don't.
probably not a live action thing on screen right now, and it's just so gorgeous.
Very much.
There are vines and then there are vines.
Outstanding.
Steve Zahn imitating Timothy Oliphant couldn't have said it better. That's right, you get rewarded if you watch all my videos. Growing up here
Dang
can
it.
be tough, but no one ever told me to put a dragon in a headlock or die trying, so it's not that bad. Although I did have to rear triangle choke a kid at recess in 5th grade once, so tomato.
Okay.
You're mine.
And I am yours, Jake. Still plenty left to learn, I suppose.
Think, fly!
Fly.
You'd think there'd be a little more training beyond how to mount an Ikron, but I guess I don't know how you teach Think Fly?
That's fair.
Back left.
Maybe starting to see why Norm is so jealous. I love the way Seize
Look at
reaches for her
this.
with the neural whip. Neytiri makes everything look so easy and smooth. It really cannot be overstated how much the visuals hold up. The immersion is full.
Literally, yeah. Just look at
Sky
this.
flirting, but I do feel for Sute. Poor guy doesn't know what's coming. Also, just learned that Sute is MM, and I like him even more now. Were you saying something about immersion? You were saying something about immersion, right?
You were,
Something
yes.
I just realized this time is that Turok only chases Jake because he's probably already chosen him.
Everything
I mean, wow, that's crazy to think about.
is backwards now. Like out there is the true world, and in here is the dream.
It feels like that to me too, because I'm so used to. It's like he spends so much time as the Avatar body, and then it's like then he goes back to human. It's like, oh yeah, it feels like that weirdly.
Jake's transformation from grunt to based eco-warrior is handled very well. Seeing him in a literal different body so consistently lends to us feeling the same way as Jake, that Sam Worthington actually looks more out of place in his human form.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel forced, it's just how we're used to him.
I can barely remember my old life. I don't know who I am anymore.
And 3 months later on, that's again even more evident with his grooming. He's left Jake Sully the human behind. You could even say that his lack of maintenance and hygiene is evidence that he's getting addicted to his Avatar life. But like, in an acceptable way.
Acceptable.
More than you know. That's a powerful image and idea, the way they're all connected like the roots of their trees. And to think, I gotta take drugs for this. You know, those special eye drops they give you at the optometrist that dilate your pupils?
Okay.
You choose a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But this woman must also choose me.
She already has.
Love. And also the weirdest thing you get used to way too fast is their cat ears constantly twitching. I would very much like to know what it feels like to have those ears. There's a deleted
too.
scene where they put their ponytails together, and if you watch it, you'll understand why it's deleted.
I see.
Yeah, see, he moved.
I know it's like a bit that bad guys are always eating, but have you ever thought about why that is? It makes us realize they don't even care enough about the heinous things they're doing to even stop snacking. And the moral is that he should be fed to an Ikran.
Yep.
little taste of the nature meets machine we've got coming later. Grace has some features that look more human than the other avatars, and I feel like perhaps since she's a little older and has been working on the project for a while, maybe her avatar was an earlier model when the DNA mixing wasn't as perfected? I mean, she basically has Sigourney Weaver's nose.
Yeah, I like that.
This, but Avatar's a pretty long movie, so it's gonna take me 2 weeks.
Oh, it's the end of part 1.
Don't worry, the script is almost done. It's just too much to edit in 1 week. But I promise next week we will return with the conclusion to Jake Sully's story.
Jake Sully, sorry. Okay, man, that went by really fast. Dang. Part 2. My mouse is acting up. Weird. Oh well.
You mated with this woman?
Oh,
Appropriate reaction.
we are mated before Ewa.
Do I want to look up how old Natiri is? No, I don't think I do. Thanks. Get you someone that'll stop their sort of X from slicing your throat when your avatar passes out because you've been abruptly disconnected because of a racist PMC mark.
There is time to salvage the situation.
Shut your pie hole.
I honestly love that line was all he had.
Yeah,
Big, scary racist who's seen a lot of battle, and he just said pie hole.
Pie hole.
What the hell have you people been smoking out there?
When someone asks this question, it's a clear sign they could use some of whatever the answer is.
Nothing that we have that they want.
This hits even harder when you see the deleted introduction scenes that show Jake at home on Earth that has just become a complete concrete jungle.
Oh.
Totally believable.
What's Earth like in this universe? Like they say when they go back, they say that Earth is dying. What's it like again? Can somebody tell me, please?
You know, Seth, I remember a time when you made the right choice and I cooperated with the FBI to shut down JT Marlin. Look, it was the right decision at the time, but the point is there was no hope that the guy keeping arrows, a bow, and what looks like some kind of Na'vi earring as a trophy in his office
Na'vi earring? Is that what that thing is right there?
was going to do the right thing.
I fell in love with the forest and with the Kaya people. With you.
I appreciate that Natiri really loses it here because what Jake did is pretty beyond the pale.
Literally, yeah.
Cleaning it was before you did the heavy tail petting in front of the tree.
Yeah,
This
that's
conflict
true.
Sets up so succinctly how outmatched the Na'vi are, and it really builds the need for the plans they come up with. I always love that she targets him even through the glass. Look at those rope indents on Jake's arms.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Letty.
Like standing in the firing squad, but not pulling the trigger. Like, I guess walking away from the firing squad, but still genuinely stoked that Letty's a real one. This is a scene that was made for 3D. It was extra impactful in the theater. Genuinely felt like the theater was also falling apart.
Man, just seeing that on my TV as well, just seeing that tree fall, it felt massive. It felt like this.
Talk about scale, it completely blocks out the sun.
Yeah.
I've seen normal sized trees falling sent branches as big as your arm 8 feet into
Like,
the dirt.
whoa.
So the magnitude of destruction here feels very accurate and would be terrifying.
What have you
You
done?
correctly pointed out that Horner uses this trill constantly. Troy and Willow I confirmed to myself. Wrath of Khan and the Mask of Zorro also apparently have similar ones. So
Really?
Horner really liked that one. I like that even Parker doesn't have his smarmy smile here. He might not fully appreciate the devastation he's wrought, but his face shows that at some level he knows this might have been a mistake. It's a lot easier to say vile crap like this
They're fly-bitten savages that live in a tree.
when you haven't looked them in the eye as you destroy their home.
First round's on me tonight.
Sometimes you want Ninjaka to point out the problems in the world and show you solutions that might not be what you think are ethical or moral, and then sometimes you want your bad guy to just be the problem.
Fair.
Hey, good for you, bud. Although right after hitting him, you probably should have dropped a...
Adios, turd nuggets.
Okay.
The end. Weird ending, guy. Oh, right.
Man, imagine if that's where it ended and we had to wait 13 years to see what happened next.
You know what that is.
Love this line. Always rewind it 5 times. He's a jerk, but this is a pretty badass move. Going out there without a mask to get the shots on.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin my whole day.
Even Grace respects. But you know how we love a cool-headed quipper who quips right through the pain. Brutal way to find out he was left behind. His narration, which don't get all worried, this is still all part of his last vlog before Freaky Fridaying into his avatar, but his narration really sells why he was left behind.
Betrayer. Alien. I was in the place the eye does not see.
But even if the Omaticaya have cast him out, Bob wouldn't abandon him. Yep, that's Jake Seacron's name, Bob.
I was
Did you give him that name or did Jake?
gonna have to take it to a whole new level. Sometimes your whole life boils down to one insane move. Taruk is the baddest cat in the sky. Nothing attacks him, so why would he ever look up? But that was just a theory.
I kind of love how human his formulation of this plan is. I can't say if this logic would have been used by the Na'vi, and yeah, White Savior, we'll get to it, but it's just goofy and funny, and you can't help but love that Jake's willing to put it all on the line, because what else is he gonna do? Make a move, Jake Sully. A little warning might have been
Jake Sully, I want to say it.
nice, although I guess he knew they'd respect a
Man, this is a huge power move, too.
I was afraid, Jake. Not anymore.
Well, fear is the mind killer. Am I right, Paul? I'm sorry, Jake.
And you're a great warrior. I can't do this without you.
You totally have a choice, though. Pay no attention to Turok back there.
I need to take some samples.
Grace rules, and as much as living is dope, I don't know, living in the tree sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, living with Awa.
Well played, Jake. Got a real Stacker Pentecost vibe.
Man, I got excited watching that.
Bob right now? What's Bob doing during all this hubbub? Poor Bob. Love glimpses at the larger world, and I can't guarantee they'll ever show up again, but we do have like 42 movies coming.
I was wondering too, because there's these other cultures, and I'm thinking, and so are the water and I haven't seen Way of Water since the theater. I'm gonna rewatch it, but were the Water Tribe like just super far away? I can't exactly remember, so I guess they weren't around to help. I'm gonna assume the Fire Tribe in the third movie are really far away too. Was it that these tribes were like fairly close? Sorry, maybe some like people who know the lore really well can tell me. I just want to clarify things. I'm curious because I don't fully know what's going on with the cultures and how many tribes there are and the geography and all. I'm really curious.
Speaking of, hey, a little taste of the Way of Water.
Oh, yeah.
Is anyone else totally confused by his new haircut at first? Who is this guy and why are you pushing in? Oh, it's Jake.
Our only security lies in preemptive attack.
Again, it might be hard to remember all the way back to 2009, but the word preemptive wasn't just a random choice here. If you know, you know.
I don't know.
Stronghold of theirs is protected by their deity.
I always think it's funny when people of certain religious beliefs find other religious beliefs absurd. You pray to a tree? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, transubstantiation is real. Science fiction authors can be prophets, and magnets are powered by the souls of our lost pets. You think I probably made the last one up, but you're not totally sure.
The world we come from. There's no green there.
Again, a time that the deleted opening really nails this home.
Oh.
You can tell it's his first forceful resource theft. It gets easier after like 4 or 5.
I see.
Now, that's a beefy ship.
Yeah,
It
literally.
looks awesome, and it makes sense. Archery takes a lifetime to master. Give this man his boomstick.
This is Papa Dragon.
More like Papa... Stupid head. Boom, roasted.
Okay.
Interesting reality of mech suits. The mechs are carrying guns, so you have to have your hands in that position. I'll take the call back to aliens and question it no further.
Sure.
No
Yeah.
harm. Hope you don't die. The fighting hasn't even started yet, and the visuals are just mind-blowing.
Literally, look at this.
Well, that puts that into perspective.
Yeah.
It's the size of a Scorpion gunship.
Oh man, just look. Sorry, I gotta see that again.
Size of a Scorpion gunship.
That was awesome.
See what I mean about the arrows?
Yeah.
Aw, the Get Some Dude Bro got some finally. I'm happy for him.
All this action is really cool.
That's good guy Jake.
Like James Cameron knows how to do action.
Take him out!
There you go, Letty.
You never expect Michelle to deliver these feel-good cheer moments, but she so often does.
Not the only one with a gun, bitch.
Spoke too soon. Was that the Get Some guy? Dang it, regretting being happy about the sum he got. On the scale of Sute compared
Man.
to humans.
It's like I always forget sometimes how big the Na'vi are, but no, they are massive compared to these humans.
Literally tosses these soldiers out of the ship like ragdolls.
Yeah.
That's far more disturbing than I expected for this movie. He'll be okay, right? Maybe being on fire isn't that big a deal in Pandora. That's gotta be a trip. Besides the emotional trauma, he literally experiences getting shot. Even if the immediate pain goes away because he's not in his avatar, that's gonna stick with him. Just noticing that Neytiri has a white 5-fingered handprint on her chest, and there's only one Amitakaya with 5 fingers. Yes, the Na'vi are truly Smurfs. Also, while we're here looking at Neytiri, I love everything about her look. The bright paint and feathers in her hair, even her necklace is bright, which is interesting because it does sort of work as camouflage on Pandora, where everything is high-vis. But her wraparound arm guard for her bow arm is so similar to the hammocks. Everything about this culture was thought out.
Do not attack!
Yeah.
Fall back now! Get out of there! That's an order!
Yeah, she's not military, but I can't blame him for trying. Anything to save your love. Huh, turns out Jake understood AWA better than you, Neytiri, or, you know, these monstrous machines were encroaching on their territory and they aren't having it. Hey, Get Some guy got even more some. That's where I exit. Trudy didn't sign up for this, but I wouldn't have signed up to be attacked by dragons.
Yeah.
Aw, even the slimy puppers are getting into it. I mean, it's super awesome that Awa is coming to help them, but nope, no thank you. I'll walk. Tight offer, please leave me alone.
We want to ride that.
Badass good guy moment. It really doesn't get much better than this. I mean, really, what a trailer shot that doesn't disappoint when you finally see it during the fight. Just a quick run from one side of the carrier to the next to hop back on Turok. Hey man, you attempt genocide whilst also destroying the ecosystem, you get squished. I don't make the rules, I just revel in them a bit.
I get it.
I actually appreciate that he's as tough as his cringy facade. This is the second time he's left the O2 behind to achieve some task, and now he's on fire but prioritizes getting into the walker before calmly patting it out.
Look at this, man.
And then, yeah, also that. This whole set piece is obviously tech versus nature, but there is something very satisfying about Neytiri running in with the Palalu cans and now freaking riding one like a crazy badass good girl. High-tech walker amp suit has a rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Neytiri for not expecting that.
Very silly.
Before when I was like, knife no good, he needs stick for range attacks. Yeah, well, it depends on the size of the knife, okay?
Okay.
Also, this duel is amazing, and it's like the payoff of the test we've been waiting for since we first saw the Colonel get into his in the beginning. It's a testament to how good this movie is that with the exception of the close-ups
That
of
was
Colonel
cool.
Keeper, everything about this fight is CGI, and I don't care. It's awesome.
How's it feel to betray your own race?
You know, it's weird he didn't say species or even genus or class, probably. I don't know, they might be mammals, but also this is the second time he's mentioned race.
We will blast a crater in their racial memory so deep.
Something tells me he has a problem with more than just blue people.
Aha.
Although that's a perfect response, no notes. Again, it's like a mop handle. It would just obliterate an entire organ. Also, I love that it's Neytiri who takes him out. Jake gets to ride the dragon, but in the end, Neytiri gets the kill shot.
Cool.
Oh, yes, love the first-person POV for the full effect of how helpless he is now. Not to nitpick, but maybe going forward you keep one of those right on the inside of the pod? But to be fair, most of the Avatar pilots probably don't need a wheelchair to get it.
Yeah.
See you.
That's gotta be weird. It's like the person you fell in love with, but also not? It's kind of the ultimate catfish that you knew you were playing into?
The aliens went back to their dying world.
Ha, got him. Love a good perspective shift. How do I feel like Parker is gonna go home and make millions apologizing on the talk show circuit hawking a memoir called I Know Not What I Blew or something like that?
I see.
Was no longer needed.
Well, at least he didn't keep cheating on Bob. I'm sure Bob can take some solace in that. Jake Sully's alive, and hey,
Jake Sully's.
we opened on his eyes and we ended on his eyes.
Cool.
It's not cool to like Avatar, and I get why. I don't even have to say anything more than Pocahontas or Dances with Smurfs for you to understand. I know that movies adored by a large group of people have to be torn down to, like, balance the universe or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I don't really care to talk about that because I've always loved this movie. I wasn't one of the people who had like withdrawal symptoms after leaving the theater because Pandora didn't exist, but I remember being stoked to buy the DVD. The common consensus at this point seems to be that Avatar fits into the small category of films that are hugely impactful for a time but have no real lasting legacy. Over the last 10 years, jokes like name one character from Avatar
Jake Sully
became popular, or quote one line.
Or what? Ranger Rick, you gonna shoot me?
I can do that.
Point is, there will always be some people who really hate this movie, and as usual, that's up to you. But I just think it's a goofy one to hate because it knows what it is and it isn't shy about it.
That's
It's the same thing
fair.
about most of Cameron's movies, but some work better than others.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not pretending like the script and story aren't about as bare bones as you can get. But sometimes that's great because we're able to focus more on the visuals, even if there are also times when it's distracting. Nature good, tech war bad. And that's fine, but the whole thing comes together so well that I don't think it's distracting. It's a visually beautiful, complete story, and no movie ever begged for a sequel like Avatar while still being a complete story. But ending on his transfer to his Avatar body? Come on, give me more.
Yeah, it's like when it ended, I was just like, shoot, man, I want to see more now. Weirdly excited to watch the
I
sequels.
might even feel that way about this two-part video because Avatar is so packed with stuff to look at and marvel over. I think this is going to be one of those videos where I miss a lot of people's favorite parts because, man, every frame is gorgeous. Like, you might be someone who just loves this overhead shot of them swimming because it's really colorful and pretty, or maybe you really love how the light hits the pollen floating in the air, or the black light glowing bioluminescence in the water and plants, even on the rocks. Or maybe it's smaller stuff like the way Jake whips his tail when Neytiri slaps his head, random animals in the background at times, the layers of ash like snow after Home Tree came down. Cameron constantly hints that there's more over the next hill, and it's all stunning. He really leaned into the world building in this movie, something sci-fi allows him to do. Another great thing about sci-fi is that you can have overt conversations about issues and help people see them with new eyes because it's about an alien world instead of our world. Ursula K. Le Guin was a master of this. In fact, Le Guin's book, The Word for World is Forest, is a clear inspiration for Avatar. But while Avatar is a film that I think has its heart in the right place, James Cameron, even with the best of intentions, isn't quite Le Guin. The way the Na'vi are handled is a little off. I'm by no means an expert, but it feels like having an alien stand-in for indigenous humans in a movie that is a clear one-to-one about imperialism, resource theft, and forced relocation can still dehumanize actual indigenous people. And that's not
Really?
even getting into the white savior stuff, which is also not great. Jake literally saves the Na'vi from total destruction and becomes the chosen one, or in this case, Taruk Makto. He goes from clumsy outsider to leader equal to or possibly even above Sute in the final battle. If I'm going to squint, I can defend the white savior stuff in this one simply because Jake actually inhabits a Na'vi body. Sorta. Still begs the question why he was better at something like capturing Turok. But like I pointed out in the main section, it was very human of him and reckless. But doing a stupid thing and coming out on top is often a staple of white saviors. And again, I get why it's done. Watching the movie, we all want to be Neo, even if the reality is that weird mouse. It would be silly for the Na'vi to not take his knowledge of how humans would attack, but you know, it was all written this way. Just because there are reasons for the white savior to save doesn't mean it's not a problem when we were clearly shown that the indigenous people would be lacking without him.
Right,
all that said, Avatar is an overtly political film. There's essentially no way to talk about this film without talking about its message. And this is 10 years later. When it came out, this movie was actually a little controversial.
Was
Some
it?
people took it to be an anti-US film. I think it is an anti-imperialism and anti-colonialism film with a clearly pro-environment message.
I mean, I saw all that pretty fast because it's again not very subtle.
But even without denying the history the US has, they aren't the only country that has done all those things. So it's
I think there are countries doing that now. So ouch.
Only an anti-US movie if you want it to be. And maybe Cameron intended it to be, but I think making the mining company American was just an easy way to keep from pissing off, you know, any country he isn't from.
That's fair.
Politics. For a straightforward film that at times feels like it's mostly about the visuals, it does a surprisingly great job of hitting the emotional impact of both the horrors of environmental destruction and the horrors of war.
Very
I didn't
much,
think I was too attached to any of the characters, but some of the deaths in the final battle really sting.
Yeah,
Also,
it's like it's like Natiri's dad dies, and I was like, I forgot about that, and I felt bad. I was like, I didn't realize I was attached to him.
Where Home Tree gets taken down doesn't move you, or at the very least unnerve you. I don't know, maybe open up a bit, but it's no small feat to care about these weird-looking aliens. Is Neytiri hot? Is she pretty? Do we need to form a committee to decide? I'm sure there are subreddits that have spent years weighing in, but either way, I end up caring about their relationship. She forgives him quickly,
did too.
Yes, but if I could offer a second of defense, which may or may not make it better, he essentially comes back as the Blue Messiah. It's hard to deny that he's one of the people when he fulfills one of their big prophecies. So maybe that's icky, maybe it's okay because Neytiri's hang-up wasn't that she didn't love him, it was that he lied about being there to help her people, and being Taruk Makto settles that. Also, I ended up that she's 18, so hey, 18-year-olds be 18ing.
I see,
And told her he was taking her to the Outback Steakhouse for dinner. And whether or not kitty cat teeth Disney-eyed Kree giants are hot, the casting is perfect for what this film is. Everyone is giving their all, and nobody rocks the boat. They all understand what movie they're in, which is honestly impressive when you see the behind-the-scenes footage of what they were all looking at.
Yeah.
I could not do this. I do not have this skill. So
it's like mocap work looks hard. Well, acting is hard in general, I know that, but that looks harder. Like, how do you like take scenes seriously while wearing those things?
Aldana is so talented. The only one who almost feels a little overboard at times is Giovanni Ribisi. But the second half of the film definitely shows that while his character was attempting to give off real tech bro energy early on, he is at least a little conflicted by his decisions when he sees what those decisions truly mean. The entire cast around Jake also really nailed their roles. Sigourney Weaver really doesn't miss, and look, no spoilers, but she deserves to keep kicking butt in movies about aliens.
She does,
Sam Worthington was effectively unknown before this movie, which was deliberate. Cameron had considered a few bigger names, but decided...
Yeah, I heard he considered Matt Damon, apparently.
...a more blank slate type character would make connecting with Jake easier. And he really keeps this movie going. I mean, he has to. He narrates through much of it. But you believe him as a disabled vet looking forward to helping out the PMCs. You believe him as the Avatar that is kind of an arrogant jerk, but also has been allowed into the group. And you believe that he's all in when he fights for the Na'vi. It had to be a weird role to take, and he excels in it. And while his career didn't explode afterward, hey, I'd take a role that had 189 promised sequels any day. Looking forward to The Way of Water, like, more than I thought I would. We'll see if it has a different kind of staying power. I honestly think it's going to be a big deal. And if I'm wrong, you all get to let me know for the next 20 years of my life. Next week, a new one that should not have been as good as...
Is that Top Gun Maverick? I think that's what it is.
It is.
All right. Total win score, 211. Award, A New Hustle. Yep, and that's Avatar. Don't really know what else I can say. Feel like I was silent for most of it. Maybe I was just admiring the visuals all over again. So, probably. But, yeah, that'll be all. I will do Way of Water very soon. Because I do really want to rewatch that really soon now. And then Fire and Ash. Because, yeah, definitely hoping to see that in 3D. So, peace.
you.